Well, here we are again back at the Jobs Embassy in Canberra. As people would be aware, we created the Jobs Embassy off the back of a whole host of vessels being taken off the coast and our Australian seafarers being replaced with foreign exploited workers. One of the things that we also gave was a commitment to the rest of the trade union movement that the Jobs Embassy would be available to any workers or any union that was under a sustained attack. Today, we're here over Exxon Longford dispute. They've been out now 165 days on the grass. The purpose of it is to put a human face to these disputes and the consequences of these disputes to the policymakers in Canberra so they understand how it affects workers and their families. So today we'll be hearing from a host of politicians, Chris Katter, Bob Katter, Brendan O'Connor, Adam Bant, and we'll hear what their views are. But I think you'll see that the work that we do in relation to the lobbying shows the message is getting through, that the pendulum has swung too far and there needs to be an equalisation, not only in industrial relations but in tax law and a whole host of other laws to make society fairer. I want to acknowledge the traditional landowners on whose land we meet, elders past, present and emerging. Their land always will be.
This dispute is about whether it's fair or not for workers in this country to have their conditions of employment stripped away unilaterally. This dispute is about whether it's fair for workers to be out now for 166 days just so that they can have the conditions of employment they fought for. This dispute is about whether in fact a large company should be avoiding tax in this country.
ExxonMobil are basically tax termites. Chevron are basically tax termites, eating away at the revenue base of our country.
And now we even have a parliament and a government that's talking about giving them tax cuts. Well, what about paying some tax in the first place? We had a once-in-a-generation mining boom. From that mining boom, 83% of the profits went overseas. 83% of the profits went overseas.
It took us a while to wake up to what's going on, and here today, is a good example of where we're starting to wake up to them.
We're being ripped off in our own country. And we're going to declare the lie that's going on in Longford. You negotiated those agreements legitimately, and you negotiated them fairly, and you negotiated them legally.
So we now want to know how it is that they're based in the Bahamas, how it is that they're not paying company tax, how it is that they think that in this community they can get away with cutting their wages and conditions by 30% and not paying any tax to boot.
The unions wrote to me to ask if we could have a look at this particular dispute. This is a company that's making billions of dollars but not paying any tax, and we've seen other companies brought before our committee. We've seen Chevron come before us. We've seen other major multinationals such as Apple and Google presenting their story, trying to defend what they're doing. This is indefensible.
If we just got them to pay what they should be paying, the whole of society would be better off. 68,857 apprentices were not funded because this company ripped off the tax system.
I'd just like to thank the MUA especially for having us here today, for giving us the opportunity to use your platform to escalate and raise awareness to the fight that we've all been fighting for. So thank you very much.
We appreciate every one of you guys that's standing here behind us, all the MPs, all of our unions, the ETU, the AMWU, the AWU, and now the MUA. With the MUA on board and the tax tactics that we're going to ExxonMobil with, we really do appreciate that.
We need to remove this government, we need to change the policies, and we need to get back to worker-friendly and family-friendly policies.
Pay your tax!